Hey, somebody. Hey, y'all. I'm excited today because this one right here, y'all. All right, let's get into it. We are talking about serving people, fulfilling our purpose, and pleasing God, doing what's good in His eyes. Okay, so I want to start off by saying we are here to please God only. We are here to please God only, no one else. When it says, Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we need the wisdom and what he is asking us to do to fulfill our purpose or to do in our purpose. And in our purpose, we are to serve people. Now, I'm saying that because it's not the other way around. And up until last year, sometime, as God made me realize we do it the opposite way. So a lot of us doing it the opposite way, and He showed me how. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. But it's not the other way around. What do I mean? Pleasing people. So we're pleasing people and we're serving God when we're supposed to be doing what? Pleasing God and serving people. We out here pleasing people, y'all. We are out here pleasing people. And I'm going to use myself as an example. So how? How are we out here pleasing people? So my coming to Jesus, if you will, about 7 months ago, I realized I was a people pleaser. I realized I was out here pleasing people or trying to please people. Or what I mean is I was make sure I could help people in ways that made them happy. Okay, so what I'm saying is think of the things you do that pleases people or you're doing it to please people. And for me, when I was people pleasing, it made me feel good, but it was only a momentarily feel good. So there still was a void. I just did it. I'm going this way because when we please people, that is because there's a past trauma or a void that we're trying to feel. So something happened to where we felt like we needed to be pleasing people, or it was just taught to us, meaning you saw someone else do it and you was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do again. Or if something happened to you where you felt like you needed to do that in order to be appreciated, in order for you to feel good, whatever it is. Yeah, how many of you things you're doing to please people to make you feel happy, or if it make you angry or you're not happy in doing it? Both are issue. Or this is what God placed on me when I went to Him, like, because I repented. I'm gonna say that. So I realized that pleasing people it made me feel good momentarily, but there still was a void. There was still something missing. Also, in that, I realized that pleasing people can lead to pride and boastfulness. And I'm saying that because when we do those things, we could eventually start feeling like, or from people making us feel good about doing that, you start feeling like, yeah, look what I could do for the people, or look what I did. To me, that's starting to sound like a mini God and a baby God, a lowercase God. And God don't need no help. Okay? He don't need nobody. He don't need us to do that. He don't need our help in that way. In the Bible, that's where what was going on, like with King Solomon. They started in themselves. We know that wasn't the intent originally, but if we're not staying in alignment and staying connected with God, for instance, when people are like, oh, you did this for me, or thank you for this, because of you, is because, like, no, it's not because of me, it's because you see God, not because of me. Give God the thanks, give Him the glory, give Him the honor, give him the praise. Don't give it to man, don't give it to me. I don't want it. You see God through me, you see the light through me, and that is what I always want. I would never want people to praise and worship. We shouldn't be praising and worshiping no man. We are here to please God only. We're here to praise and worship God. Okay, so I'm done with my rant. But it made me realize how that can make you feel boastful and prideful. God is a people pleaser, if you will. I mean, God, He don't need us to do that. That's not the help He's trying to He want us to partner in. So when I realized, I repented and I was like, God, you know my heart. That was not what I was trying to do. I'm not trying to be no lowercase God out here. Like, like that is definitely not what I was trying to do. But He was just showing me that, and I know He know that He just was wanting me to see, like, this is how people fall into that. Like that, this is where that comes from. And I'm like, oh, and that makes sense. I definitely also understand how it can eventually lead to still feeling a void and not fulfilled, because that type of good is momentarily. Over time too, you feel good, but then it might lead to anger because you're not getting that in return. What you're doing for people to make please them, no, you feel like you're not being pleased, and so it can lead to the anger, the resentment. It's just a lot. Like I said before, we're out here pleasing people and we're serving God. So what I mean about serving God is meaning we praising, we worshiping, we praying, we're in relationship with him, and all of that is good. Thanking him for our gifts. What's wrong with it is it becomes a serving in a way of thanking him for our gifts. You're keeping it to yourself and you're not using it to serve the people. And that's what the gifts are for. The gifts aren't for us to be in private or to have it, to know it and hold it for ourselves. It's for us to push it out. It's for us to serve the people, not serve God for the gifts. So that means you're keeping the gifts to yourself and not using it in the earth, your purpose, for the people, to serve the people. I'm saying like a word, maybe it's a word. It may be for you, but the gift, that's for the world, like that's for the people. So we have to use our gift, and that's where purpose comes from. Our purpose comes from us serving the people in the world. The gifts that God gave us, we're pushing it out. We're sharing it. We're not keeping it to ourselves, keeping it in the closet, in the secret place. That's not what it's for, or how we're serving him when we're supposed to be pleasing him. Whew, that was a lot. We are here to please God and serve the people. How do we please God? By doing what's good in God's eyes. So we're here to please him, doing what's good in his eyes, pleasing him only in order to serve his people or serve the people. How do we serve the people? We serve the people by pleasing God. I'm kidding. We serve the people by gaining the wisdom in order to fulfill the purpose. So we gain the wisdom from God in order to fulfill our purpose, in order to serve the people. All right, y'all. I know that was a mouthful. I know it was a mouthful. I know I'm talking to somebody because I'm talking to everybody. Like, this is for everybody. Come on, somebody. We are here to please God and serve people. We are not here to serve God, praise him, worshiping him, thanking him for our gifts, going to church or in public worship and doing all these things and doing nothing with the things, doing nothing with the gifts. That's not what he called us here to do. So I pray that this reached everybody, because I know it's for somebody. It was for me and it's for somebody else. No, I'm talking to somebody because I'm talking to everybody. So I pray you guys have a beautiful day, a great day. Take this back to God. Ask him to break it down for you more if what I just said was a lot, because I know it was a lot. Ask him to break it down for you, give you the knowledge, give you the understanding, give you the wisdom. Give you the wisdom to fulfill your purpose in the earth so we can serve the people. All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. Bye, somebody.